What's up, family? My name is ElijahAmmi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a grown folk channel. This is where we have heart-to-heart conversations and keep it real. Here on this channel, everybody matters. Everybody's family. Here on this channel, we express love because at our core, we are love. I love you guys, and thank you for being with me on this beautiful journey called life. Peace.
What's up, family? Man, I haven't been feeling good for the last couple of days, so man, just bear with me. I think the last time I made a video, my voice was cracking like I was going through puberty. It's like high pitched and everything else, and man, it is what it is. Took the day off. I was spending time with my beautiful queen today. And I was thinking about what I was gonna make a video on, and I was thinking about a lot of different stuff, you know. And she asked me to watch this movie with her. I hadn't seen this movie in freaking forever. A Bronx Tale. So I'm watching the movie, and I don't even remember the movie. I know I've seen it before, but I didn't remember the movie, and I could start remembering as I was watching it. And when the movie went off, I was just laying there and just thinking about all the people that perished in the movie. You know what I mean? Stay with me. And it just had me thinking, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit today, you know, not just today, but probably since the 23rd, when the 24th, excuse me, when I reached my 2-year anniversary with YouTube. It was Kobe Bryant's birthday. And so I'm thinking about this a lot. And then just something about it brought it out in this movie. Stay with me. I know I'm like tiptoeing around it. And I'm just reflecting on my life and just thinking about, man, we think about how crazy time is. You know, we think about how crazy life is right now. You know what I mean? This is how chaotic the world seems to be right now. And I sit back and I reflect on life, and it's like, man, to be 52 years old, I'm blessed. We're blessed. Stay with me. Look back over the last 25, 30 years. You know, and just look at all of the great musicians that we've had the opportunity to witness. You know, again, me and my queen was listening to some music this morning. She's a diehard Prince fan. And sometimes we have like these little competitions, not competitions, but we have these little battles, if you will. I'm a Michael Jackson. I like Prince. I've seen Prince in concert. But Mike's the GOAT. You know, Michael Jackson was the GOAT, you know, the greatest of all time. When it comes to entertaining, when it comes to what he did with music, opening up doors for so many others. And I know my queen sitting next to me, and she's like heated. I'm sitting here having this conversation with y'all, right? That I'm saying Mike's the GOAT, you know what I mean? But you can't even compare the two with what Mike did in his career with what Prince did. Prince, and again, that's not taking anything away from each other. Stay with me. Unfortunately, in our society, we always seem to have competitions. We always seem to put people against each other. You know what I mean? And that's what the music industry tried to do with Michael and Prince. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I promise you that. And it doesn't matter who it is, you know, what it is. Whether you look at race car drivers, NASCAR, no matter how great the driver is, no matter, you know, just the fact that they're a NASCAR driver, their story, what got them to where they're at. For some reason, we always have to have a rivalry. We always have to put people against each other. We do it in all sports. You know what I mean? Again, I grew up, I'm a Lakers fan. I grew up watching Kareem and Magic and James Worthy and Byron Scott and all these other guys, Michael Cooper and all these guys, right? But I also love Kobe, you know what I mean? I wasn't that big of a Shaq fan, but he was part of the Lakers, you know what I mean? I've never really been a great LeBron fan, but I'm a Lakers fan. But I was a Kobe fan. Stay with me. But we always try to compare everybody. We compare them to Jordan. We compare them to other people, Allen Iverson and all these other people. We always compare each other. You know what I mean? And we always sometimes seem to diminish what the other person do in order to pump up the person that we support. I have to take away from some of the stuff that this guy did to lift this person up. I have to take the shine off of this guy, the light off of this guy, to put the focus on this person right here, because this guy's getting too much attention. This guy's getting too much notoriety. This guy's getting too much fame and whoop, whoop, whoop. So let me shift the focus up. You know what I mean? And we always want to cast our person in the highest light. You know what I mean? We do it with politics, Democrat, Republican. You know what I mean? We do it in every aspect of life. Religion, you know what I mean? Christian, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, you know, all these different things. We always have to divide. You know what I mean? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. And I was sitting there and I was just watching this movie, and I was thinking about, man, what a time to be alive in America. Through all the chaos, through all the hell, to be able to see Michael Jackson grow up and accomplish all that he did. To be able to see Prince jump on the screen and just blow up and do all that he did. And see all the lives that's been impacted by these people. To see Magic Johnson, you know, go to Michigan State and then go into the NBA and do all that he did with Showtime Lakers. You know what I mean? To see Kobe Bryant come in on the scene, you know, and just take the world by storm. You know what I mean? Jordan did what he did. You know what I mean? But just see all these great people, you know, Mariah Carey, all the Tupac, you know what I mean? I've never been a Beyonce fan, but when you look at her story and how she just blew up, we live in a time where we have so many people that have gone on and do great things. So many people that have come on and just blow up. You know what I mean? And what I mean blow up, whether you like them, whether you like their story or whatever, you have to be able to sit back and take yourself out of the picture and say, man, I respect the fact, I appreciate the fact that this person has gone through all that they went through. I appreciate the fact that LeBron James grew up in a fatherless home. LeBron James grew up in the hood. LeBron James, he's gotten married. He married his high school sweetheart and blah, blah, all the kids. You don't hear about LeBron James in any drama. You know what I mean? You don't hear about LeBron James in any shiesty dealings or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? LeBron James has a school that he started. He's giving all this money back to the community. He's doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? And so we live at a time where, man, we have to learn. I'm sorry, I gotta get something to drink. We live in a time where we have to learn to sit back and be appreciative, reflect over life, reflect over all of the beauty. You know what I mean? It's so easy for us to sit back and point our fingers at the turmoil. It's so easy for us to sit back and say, man, the world's a fucked up place, and there's wars going on, and there's poverty, and there's this, and the rich are getting rich, and the poor are getting poor. The Democrats and Republicans are at war with each other. And there's all this chaos. There's all this hell. The church is fucking up, and we got all this stuff going on. It's so easy for us to get so fixated on all that negativity. It's so easy for us to get so dumbed down and so overwhelmed and depressed and angered and frustrated, focusing on all this negativity. We have to learn to sit back and reflect on, man, you know what? I'm glad to be here at this time. I'm glad to have been able to witness all the things that I've seen. You know what I mean? Regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless of what's going on, man, thank you. I'm here at this time. I came here for this time. I came here to witness all that I'm witnessing. I came here to experience all that I'm experiencing, the good, the bad, whatever. I came here for this purpose. What's that purpose? To take in all the good, to enjoy all the good, to learn from all the bad, to learn from the good, but to learn from the bad. See, the crazy thing is we focus on all the negativity, but we don't learn from the negativity. You know what I mean? We try to sit there, okay, what can I learn from the good? You can learn from the good, but I promise you, When you sit back and look back over the pain and the suffering and the drama and the trauma of life, man, that's going to be your greatest teachers. Those are going to be your greatest experiences as far as growth and development. It's always going to come from that pain. We live in a time. I'm just talking to you guys today. This is just, I don't even know what I'm going to title this. You know what I mean? We're just chopping it up right now. We live in a time where we're so divided. So divided. And it's not anything new. This division that's plaguing America, it's not anything new. The trip is, we talk about how America is a Christian country. It's a godly nation. Nothing about America says it's a godly nation. Nothing about America says that it's a Christian nation. And that that's something to be proud of. Nothing. And I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to grow the fuck up. We have to grow up and stop playing games. When you go back to the Bible and you look at Cain and Abel, two brothers, and most people don't even talk about this in the aspect of where I'm going to take it right here, right now. I'm talking about Cain and Abel. One of the subscribers on one of the comments the other day asked me to talk about the spirit of Cain. And that's what we're going to talk about right here, right now, the spirit of Cain. So you look at the Bible, there's two brothers, Cain and Abel. Stay with me. Both of them brought a sacrifice to God. Both of them knew who God was. Two brothers. They both knew who God was. Cain brought his sacrifices to God. God rejected Cain's sacrifices. Abel brought a sacrifice to God. God accepted Abel's sacrifice. Cain, out of jealousy, killed his own brother because God accepted his sacrifice and not his. What does that got to do with America? What does that got to do with what I'm talking about? It's the spirit of Cain. That spirit of Cain is that spirit of jealousy. It's that spirit of murder. It's that spirit of vengeance. You know what I mean? Stay with me. Here it is. When you look at America, you look at communities within America, we're still operating up under this spirit of Cain. What am I saying? You go to the ghettos, you go to the suburbs, you go to corporate America, they're all operating under the spirit of Cain. You're getting big. I don't like that you're competition with me. You're in competition with me. Your company's bigger than my company. Your company's making more than mine, or you got more of this cloud, or whatever the case may be. What can we do to bring you down? What can we do to bring you up under our control? What can we do to get your shareholders to lose faith in the board of directors? You know what I mean? The CEO and the company, so your shares, your stocks plummet, so we could buy you up for pennies on the dollar. What can we do to eliminate this competition? What can we do to get you out of the way? We've done that from the beginning of time. It's the spirit of Cain. Religious people have the spirit of Cain. They're jealous that you say that you worship God. You're not worshiping God the way that I worship God. You don't call God what I call God. Therefore, your God can't be right. Therefore, your God can't be the most high God. You know what I mean? He can't be the one. You know what I mean? You got all these false gods. My God, I'm the only one that worships the right God. This church is the only one that worships God right. This denomination, we're the only ones that got it right. And so we tear down all the others. We blast all the others. We minimize the effect of all the others. Because you don't talk like us. You don't worship on the same day of the week that we do. You don't call him Yahweh. You don't call him Yeshua. Because you eat pork. We have all of these stupid ass things that we use to divide and to tear each other down. Because we're jealous. Because we're envious. Because we're ignorant. And when you look at Cain, Cain had the opportunity to present a sacrifice worthy to be acceptable to God. He chose not to. He chose not to. Then he got mad at his brother. He got angry at his brother because his brother did what he was supposed to do. And the trip is, we act like that's a one-time situation. We act as though that only occurred once in the Bible. The spirit of Cain is throughout the entire Bible. In the New Testament, it talks about this story, the prodigal son. And these two boys go to their father, who's very wealthy. They don't go to, the younger boy goes to his father, very wealthy. Pretty much tells his dad, man, just give me my portion now. You know what I mean? Whatever you were gonna give me when you died, man, just give it to me now. All the money you was gonna give me on your deathbed, just give it to me now. I'm gonna go enjoy life now. I don't want to wait till you die. I don't know when that's gonna be. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have to wait for that. Just give me my portion now. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. Man, it's hot up in here. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. So he took it, and the father's like, I bless you. Here. And gave his son the portion that he had in reserve for him. The boy goes out and just does what he wants to do. Just runs amok. Just turns up. You know what I mean? Man, every day he's getting lit. Every day he's turning up. You know what I mean? After he goes through all his money, he's eating with the pigs and doing all the other crazy stuff he's doing because he's homeless. He ain't got nothing left. Everybody's abandoned him. You know what I mean? He comes back home and he's asking his dad, man, just accept me as a servant. Let me eat with the servants. I know I messed up. I know I did wrong. My bad. I don't even deserve to be in the house with y'all. Just let me be with the nobodies. Just let me be with the servants, with the slaves. Father brings him in, tells his brother, man, go get a cow or something. We're gonna have a party. We're about to turn up tonight. Your brother's home. Your brother's safe. We about to turn up tonight. And so what does the brother do? The brother, Cain. The brother. It doesn't say his name, but the brother, the spirit of Cain. He gets jealous. He's mad. Dad, how can you accept him back? I've always been faithful. I've always been right here by your side. I've always did what you expected of me. I didn't take nothing and run off and do da-da-da-da. I didn't go party and get drunk and do da-da-da. I didn't go waste it. And you're going to accept him back. He's jealous of the fact that his father embraced the younger son. He's jealous of the fact that they about to have a big party because the brother's back home. He's safe and sound. He's back home. The brother didn't give a damn that the brother was back home. The brother didn't give a damn that his brother, his own flesh and blood, was okay. He's jealous. He's mad. How the fuck are we gonna party and turn up because his raggedy ass was out hoeing and doing everything else? Now he ain't got shit. Now he wanna come back, and now we gonna just accept him like ain't shit happened? That's what religious people do. That's what we do in the black community and in other communities with our own. We have to grow up. We have to understand that, man, what am I reflecting? I made a video the other day talking about reflecting God. So many of us, we're so freaking religious. So many of us, we're so freaking dogmatic. We're so stuck on, man, this is how it has to be. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm doing everything by the book, but you're not fucking living. I'm doing everything by the book. I'm straight-laced. I'm corny as hell. I never lived life. I never really enjoyed life. Thank you, babe. I never really enjoyed life. I never got outside and experienced shit and did shit, getting outside of the comfort zone of my own fucking community. I never went abroad. I never went overseas. I never went on a cruise. I've never been on a fucking plane. I've never been in another state. I've always stayed in this fucking box. And then we get mad. We're mad at those that have traveled. We're mad at those that have more experience. We're mad at those that have more to offer because they made different choices. There's a spirit of jealousy. It's a spirit of animosity. It's a spirit of bitterness. It's a spirit of resentment. That's good right there, babe. Leave it right there. Thank you. Spirit of resentment. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to understand, man. You know, there's a story. I'm a diehard Raider fan. You know what I mean? And again, I like certain teams, but I follow players. You know what I mean? Stay with me. Jerry Rice, the greatest wide receiver of all time, the GOAT when it comes to wide receivers. And he played on the 49ers. And I admired his career. And so Jerry Rice, man, he was breaking all these records. Stay with him, going so he was breaking all these records with the 49ers, right? And so Deion Sanders and Jerry Rice was rivals because they played opposite positions. Deion's position was to cover Jerry Rice. And man, they had some battles when Deion was the Atlanta Falcons. But Deion and them could never beat the 49ers, you know what I mean? And so he became a free agent, and man, 49ers brought him in, right? And Deion Sanders and Jerry Rice, without shadow of doubt, the two best players of all time in their positions. In their positions, hands down. It's not even a competition. It's not even a competition. These are the two greatest players, okay? But they're totally opposite. Jerry Rice was straight-laced. He worked hard. He did everything by the books. His work ethics were, man, that was the standard. Played in the NFL for 20 years because he took care of himself. Stay with me. Deion Sanders come in. Deion Sanders, he had a rap video out. Deion Sanders prime time. He had the bling bling. You know what I mean? He had the Lamborghinis. He was the party. Jerry Rice was the complete opposite of that. Deion Sanders was flamboyant. He was the party. It wasn't going to get started till Deion got there. Now they're on the same team. And Deion is quoted as saying, Jerry Rice broke all of the wide receiving records. He broke all of the records, but he never enjoyed the journey. And when I heard that, that hit me. See, because I live my life, man, I never do shit right. You know what I mean? I always broke because I have this authority issue thing. You know what I mean? I have this authority issue thing. And so it's like, I'm not going to do that because y'all told me to do that. And that's some corny ass lame shit. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to live life my way. I don't give a fuck about religion, what y'all talking about. If I'm going to hell because I want to drink, then I'm going to fucking hell. If I'm going to hell because I'm going to a party, then I'm going to fucking hell. If I'm going to hell because I'm going to a movie, then I'm going to fucking hell. However, whatever you say, it don't matter to me. I'm gonna live life my way. We only have one life to live. We're here only for a short period of time. And so many of us, we're trying to be so fucking straight-laced. Man, I'm going to do everything by the books. I'm going to do everything that the Democrats require me. I'm going to do everything that the Republicans require me. I'm going to do everything that these raggedy-ass Christians require me. I'm going to do everything that my Muslim brothers require me. I'm going to do everything that Buddhism requires me. And all this other stupid shit. And we're so fucking frustrated. And we're so fucking miserable. We're doing all this shit and we're miserable. And we're wondering, how the hell is it that, man, I got God, but I'm lonely as fuck. I got God, but I'm frustrated as fuck. I got God, but I'm mad as hell. And all these other motherfuckers running around having fun and living life, and they ain't got no cares in the world. Oh, they don't care that they going to hell. They don't care. They're turning up. They're getting drunk. They're doing. That's where we miss it at. That's where we miss it at. Because we're so fixated on what everybody else is doing. Instead of being focused on what we're doing. How they live their life is their fucking business. Why are you fixated? Why are you focused on how somebody else is living their life? If they want to turn up all damn day, every day, let them turn up. What the fuck does that got to do with you? If they want to get as many tattoos as they want, and this thing Christians just now starting to come into, you can't get the tattoo and be a Christian. Now, because all these young people got tattoos, now we're going to accept people with tattoos in Christianity. Now you can be a pastor with tattoos. Now you can be a bishop with tattoos. But in the past, you couldn't be. But because motherfuckers said, fuck you to the church and y'all raggedy ass rules, okay, now we got to change the rules to let these people in. And that's what church does. That's what Christianity does. Let me put it that way. That's what Christianity has done. In the past, you couldn't be a Christian and be gay. Now, we accept everybody. Why? Because they're losing members. And because now, man, that's messing with the money. So we got to embrace everybody now. Forget what we was teaching. Now we're going to embrace everybody. And so you got all these people that's lived a certain way for so long. And they look at all these other people coming up. And they're like, man, they broke all the fucking rules. And look at my siblings. I think of me and my siblings. It was 5 of us growing up, right? And I was dead in the middle. And I was the bad kid. I was the bad apple. I was the troublemaker. I was the fighter. I was the one just getting suspended and expelled from school, kicked out of school. I was the one stealing. I was the one doing all kinds. If anything went wrong, I did it. You know what I mean? I was getting my ass beat all the time because they knew I had something to do with it and that I was leading everybody else down that path. And so I'm sharing that because I have some siblings that they didn't do that shit. They wasn't cutting school. They wasn't drinking and smoking in the 7th grade like I was. I'm blazed the fuck out in 7th grade. Didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I didn't care. Fuck, I was going to be dead before I was 18. That's what they told me. So I'm going to live life my way. I'm going to have as much fun as I can. Because if I'm dying early, I'm not going to be a square my whole fucking life. I'm not going to sit here and sing Kumbaya and Swing Low Sweet Chariot and all these other religious songs. I'm going out. And so I lived a crazy life, a crazy ass life. And so I have siblings that didn't do that, that don't do that. And so they sit there and they look at me and it's like, how the fuck can this motherfucker be all this and do this? And they got a whole list of shit that I've done wrong. You know what I mean? A whole fucking list of shit that I've done wrong. But then they sit there with their pious ass like they ain't did shit wrong. And how the fuck can God have favor on him? How can God show him so much mercy? How can he be a child of God? How can God use this person? How can God love this person? Because God don't give a fuck about your stupid ass fucking rules. Grow the fuck up. God don't give a fuck about your religious rules. God don't give a fuck about your political rules. God don't give a fuck about your social rules as far as homosexuality or any of that other bullshit. Grow the fuck up. Stop thinking that just because certain people don't act like you, don't talk like you, they tatted up, they got earrings and piercings and all that they're Satan and they got the devil in them, all this other stupid ass shit. Grow the fuck up. Man, what does that all got to do with a Bronx tale? What does all that got to do with what I started out this conversation on? Family. Let's learn to sit back. Take our eyes off everybody else. Take your eyes off everybody else. Because when it's all done and over with, after you take your last puff of breath and you exhale for the final time, if anybody has to give account for your life, it's going to be you. Nobody else is going to have to give an account for how you lived your life. Nobody else is going to have to give an account for what you did and what you didn't do, but you. Your kids are grown, you're not going to have to answer for how they fucking live their life. What did you do? I don't give a fuck how many times your sister's been married, how many times your brother's been married. I don't give a damn how many times, who your brother slept with, who your preacher slept. God's not going to talk to you about nobody else. He's just going to talk to you about you. What did you do with the life you were given? What did you do with the opportunities that were presented for you? Were you grateful? Were you able to sit back and appreciate the time that you grew up in? Were you able to appreciate the fact that, dang, you were here when there were other giants here? And just because you're not Michael Jackson, just because you're not Patti LaBelle, just because you're not Oprah, just because you're not Tom Petty or anybody else, what did you do with the gifts you had? What did you do with the talent you were given? He's not going to ask you about Tupac. He's not going to ask you about Biggie, Jay-Z, Beyonce. He's not going to ask you about Michael, Prince. He's not going to ask you what he think or what you think he should do with them. He don't give a fuck about your opinion about anybody else. He's going to ask you about you. What did you do? He sees how Michael lived his life. He sees what Michael did with his gift. He sees what Prince did with his gift. He sees what everybody's doing with their gift. What are you doing with yours? How you live your life is your gift to God. How you live your life is your gift to humanity. Cain and Abel, both brought a gift to worship God. They both brought an offering to God. How you live your life, that's how you thank God. How you live your life, what you leave behind for humanity, what you give humanity, that's how you thank God. That's how you worship God. That's how you reflect God. You can sing all the fucking songs you want to. You could give all the money to church and tithes you want to. just because you give money, just because you sing church songs, does not mean that God is accepting your praise. It does not mean that God is accepting your worship. It does not mean that God is accepting your gift to him. How are you living your life? What is he saying to you? What is he saying about you? Are God and the angels up there having a conversation about you? Are they proud of you? Are they excited about what you're about to do? Are they looking and talking, look, he's about to do this, he's about to do this. And they're sitting there waiting with anticipation because they see how you're about to bless all these other people. They see how you're about to help this person heal. And they see what that person's going to do with what you've done for them. And all this other. Are you blessing other people? Are you lifting other people up? Are you encouraging other people? Are you inspiring other people? Are you helping other people heal and move beyond where they're at? Or are you sitting there talking about, oh, they singing all that devil music, they going to hell, not even knowing that so many people have been touched by that same song. So many people have been encouraged by that same song that you say is a devil song. You say it's a devil song. You say that they're homosexual and they're going to hell and whoop-doo-doo and all this other stupid religious shit you spew. You say that about these people, never even understanding, never even realizing that somebody may not have committed suicide because they heard this song. Somebody didn't commit suicide or have an abortion or whatever the case may be because they heard this song. Or they heard this person talking on an interview. And that person who you said was the devil, that person who you said sold their soul, that person who you said was the Antichrist, and all this other stupid ass shit y'all spew, that person said something that touched their lives. While you're sitting there in your religious dogma, your self-righteousness, not doing a damn fucking thing for humanity. Except spewing some fucking hatred and more division, more intolerance, more hatred, more racism. We have to grow up. What does your life say about you? More importantly, what is God saying about you? What are your ancestors saying about you? What are the angels saying about you? Are they proud of you? Are they glad of everything that you're doing? It's God holding his head down like this motherfucker right here. I did not tell his ignorant ass to say this bullshit. I did not tell her raggedy ass to say this bullshit. Is that what God's saying about you? Is God holding his head down like these motherfuckers? If another motherfucker called me they God and they out there hoeing and doing the stupid ass bullshit they doing and saying thus saith the Lord Jesus Christ, and that, if another motherfucker say some stupid ass shit about me, is that what God is saying about you? Odds are he's saying something about all of us. Are they going to be glad to see you? Are they going to welcome you in? Well done, my good and faithful servant. Are they going to throw a banquet because you arrived? Are they going to turn up when you get there? Man, y'all already know I don't give a fuck what people think about me. You know what I mean? I don't. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm that way because my whole life growing up, I cared about what other people thought about me. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be embraced. I wanted to be loved and valued and thought highly of. After you grow up, after you deal with your shit, you come to the understanding of, man, I needed all of that because I never gave that to myself. I didn't think that way of myself. I needed the affirmations and the love and everything else from other people because I didn't think highly of myself. Because I didn't love myself. Because I didn't cherish myself. I didn't know how to do all those things for me. So I needed other people to do it for me because I didn't know how to do it for myself. And so I sought the praise of the world. Once you come to the understanding of who you are and why you're here, man, you no longer need the praise of the world. You no longer give a fuck about the praise of the world because that's irrelevant to you. That's completely meaningless to you. Because whether other people accept you or not, whether other people love you and cherish you and value you or not, you know why you're here. And you can pat your own self on the back and say, damn, I did that thing. Pat yourself on the back. Man, I'm proud of you. You didn't give up. You stood your ground. You didn't fold under pressure. You didn't sell out. You fulfilled your purpose. I'm proud of you. When the lights are out and the fanfare is gone, what are you going to say about yourself? What do you say when people no longer tell you that you're beautiful? What do you say when people no longer tell you that you're the thing? You know what I mean? You're the shit. You know what I mean? What do you do? What do you say about yourself? When nobody wants you. When nobody's paying for your opinion. When nobody's paying for you to help them or anything else of that nature, what do you say about you? What is God saying about you? Are they matching up? Do you want God to be saying the exact same things about you? Because all of you religious motherfuckers think y'all shit don't stink. You know what I mean? A lot of you religious, self-righteous motherfuckers think y'all perfect. Y'all Jesus reincarnate. You know what I mean? God ain't thinking that about you. God looking at you like, this motherfucker about to bust hell wide open. You know what I mean? This motherfucker right here got life fucked up. That's what God's thinking about a lot of us, the truth be told. What is God saying about you? You can find that out. You don't have to die to find that out. Learn to meditate. Learn to get in alignment with God. When you get in alignment with God, you're connected to God. You see life through God's eyes. You see people through the eyes of God. You stop being jealous. You get rid of your animosity. You stop being racist and divisive over politics and all that other stupid stuff. And all you want to do is love. All you want to do is help others heal and grow and help them reach their full potential. You become God for so many. And I know that's a hard thing for some people to hear. And to each their own, you know what I mean? So many of us we're going to be the only manifestation of God that they see on this planet. We're going to be the only representation of God that they see on this planet. And if the truth be told, if we had to look at the Christians in America today and say that this is what Jesus Christ would be like, if the Christians today in America was judged as a representation of Jesus, what Jesus was, what Jesus is about, if we had to get a glimpse of Jesus, if we had to get an understanding of Jesus based off of Christianity today, Christianity today has failed. It has epically failed in representing Yahshua, Jesus Christ, or whatever you want to call it. It's failed. It's failed miserably. Christianity is not a representation of Jesus, Yahshua. It's a representation of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. It's a representation of Cain. Of Cain. And everything that's reminded Christianity of God. Just like Cain. Cain killed it. Christians are doing their best to do the same, because they had that same spirit of Cain. They had the same religious practices of Cain. They had the same self-righteousness of Cain. It's not about your religion. It's not about your politics. It's about, are you connected to God? Are you representing God to the best of your ability? Are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you doing what you came here to do? It's a trip when I saw Prince in concert. It was 2004. I'm gonna wrap this up. So all these people, grown people, crying. And people had elevated Prince and saying he was a god. And I never understood that. Stay with me. When people saw Michael Jackson in concerts, people would just pass out. People worship these people. Stay with me. I'm about to go somewhere and wrap it up. People worship these people. And so often, out of that spirit of Cain, that spirit of jealousy and self-righteousness and all this other stupid ass bullshit, we looked at those people and said, oh, they're not representing God. They're not singing church music. They're not singing Christian songs. They're not singing sweet hymns and all that other stupid shit. So they're the devil. They're the Antichrist. That's why people are worshiping them. That's why people are crying and passing out around them. And something occurred to me. When you see people reach their full potential, when you see people living life to their fullest, they're representing God. You don't see it because you're not in alignment with God. You're looking at it from your religious eyes. You're looking at it from religious dogma. They're not doing what you're doing. They don't believe how you believe. And so you're low-key jealous and hating and woo-doo-woo because they're rich and famous, blah, 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 and you ain't got shit. You're like the prodigal son's brother who was mad. Don't be mad because people are fulfilling their purpose. Don't be mad because people are doing what they came here to do and God is allowing them to do that. They came here for this purpose. They're in alignment with God for their life. What are you doing? Don't just talk about I'm drawing people to Jesus. I'm having all these people say, that's bullshit. Grow the fuck up. Stop passing out fucking tracts and quoting scriptures to people. That's not doing nobody no fucking good. Grow the fuck up. You didn't come to this fucking planet, go through all the fucking hell you went through just to pass out some fucking religious tracts. Grow up. Are you reaching your full potential? You mean to tell me out of all the things you could have done, all the things you want to do that was in your heart as a child, the greatest thing you could do now is get on Facebook, get on social media and quote a bunch of fucking scriptures and pass out some fucking paper telling people that they're going to fucking hell because they don't live like you, they don't dress like you, and they don't worship like you? This is the best you got to fucking offer? You're bigger than that. You're better than that. There's a lot more to you just handing out a fucking tract. There's a lot more to you than getting on social media and putting up fucking scriptures. There's a lot more to you other than you just preaching everybody to fucking hell and trying to scare people with fucking scriptures of hell. Grow the fuck up and deal with your fucking issues. Man. My hope and prayer is that something is said to get you to look at the man or the woman in the mirror. Stop looking at everybody else. Stop focusing on everybody else. It's one thing to look at other people's lives and be inspired. It's one thing to look at people like Kobe Bryant or whoever you look at to, and like, man, I love their work ethics. Man, Jerry Rice's work ethics. Man, what Deion Sanders did. Man, won the World Series, won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? When you look at what these people have done, when you look at what they're doing, those that are still here with us, and how they're impacting the lives of others. Allow their story to be a motivation to you. Allow their story to be an inspiration to you. You don't have to walk the same path. You don't have to read their stories and try to share their stories. You don't have to have walked and lived my life. Talk about your life. Share your stories. Share your experiences to help others heal. To help others know that, man, they're not alone. To help others know that, man, if JoJo and Pookie and Elijah and Mary Jane and Mary Beth, if all these people could go through this and go through that and this and that and man, deal with all these failures and setbacks and get back up and keep, man, then I can do it. I can do it. If these people have been homeless and strung out and locked up in the penitentiary and whoop-de-doo, if they could do this and go through, man, then I can. I can get my shit straight. I can rebound after this. Don't get jealous. Don't get bitter. Don't get angry. Don't get resentful. Get resourceful. Resourceful. Get connected to God. Reach your greatest good. I love you guys. My queen and I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.